Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Chachakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well and that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, a little ride and drive. A couple of articles I seen earlier, and one of them, this is like a resurface of Tim Hardaway back, that was a long time ago when one of those reporters ended up, asking him something about, gay players in the NBA, something to that extent. I'm not exactly sure how it was worded at the time, but he was pretty much like, when I seen the story resurface, so to speak, he was talking about pretty much like that was a big bump in the road for him. Like, he kind of destroyed, I guess, somewhat of his career. And then he had to do what they call soul searching. And I had to go and re-educate myself. Well, why didn't you just stick to what you were saying? We know that it's because of that money. And the scriptures talks about how you can't serve Yahweh and Mammon, which that Mammon is going off into. You can't serve the Lord and money, man. And see, these people don't realize or understand that it's actually the Lord. He's the one that's, sets you up. Like, what are you doing? If I'm out here in the middle of this intersection, why would you be trying to make this turn like this? Impatient ass people, bro. Slakia, y'all. Anyway. So I wanted to touch on the fact that, when, Esau, he's a cunning hunter, man. He's very cunning. And now you got this other article as well. So I'm at this light, so I'll try and pick up on this in the Newsbreak app with this clown, Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans posts Happy Pride Month message. You can be straight man and still love gay people. Well, we're to hate what the Lord hates and love what the Lord loves, and this is an abominable thing to the Lord. And actually, since I'm at this light, let me grab this real quick. Here you go. You got a damn daughter trying to be your son. You go along with that weirdo shit. Psalms 5:5, the foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. So the Lord, He hates the workers of iniquity, man, all that. And then you'll have these people in church talking about how the Lord loved them. You know what I'm saying? Just as they are. Come as you are. Do as thy will. And they have no idea that the Lord is destroying them on a day-to-day basis, man. The Lord is not with this lifestyle. So the other brother, the Ock down in let me see, he just put up this video. It says the forefathers of Nas X, Biggie, and LL Cool J. And it's going if this is GMS Prisoners of Yahweh. And a great video, because he went through the lyrics of Biggie, the lyrics of LL Cool J and all that, shit that kind of slipped by me back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember those songs. But a lot of, you know what I'm saying, hey, them guys is undercover brothers. Out here just, big bulky ass undercover niggas, man. Dealing with dudes. Just living that nasty lifestyle. And Esau, he slips things like that, through your subconscious is what the brother was going through, which is true. But I wanted to just point out that, you had to beware of Esau, man. Beware of Esau. See this type of shit right here? Where they, because they normally only corner Jake with these kind of questions. They'll ask Jake a question and, even if Jake don't give them the right, see, they're setting you up. Because that's Esau only, it's always Esau. You don't see these Edomites cornering other Edomites and asking them dumbass questions. Like, what do you feel about the LGBTQ? Like, motherfucker, we talking about basketball. The fuck is you asking me that out of the way damn question? You know what I'm saying? When that shit came around and they was doing what they was doing, why don't you go and ask the people that, that are into that? Why are you asking me? That's because they setting Jake up, man. And they're notorious for setting Jake up with them questions. And Jake be falling for it. Like, all you have to do is tell these motherfuckers no comment. And you know what? If you tell Esau no comment, he's gonna, every single time they see you, And it ain't got to be the same reporter or the same person reporting on it. They're going to always come back at you with that same question. Well, why aren't you asking the question? Well, why is it so damn important that I answer that question? You know? Here you go, I play basketball. I got something else going on totally. It's all kinds of shit you can ask me about. But you asking me about the LGBTQ? And Jake done fell for it. But and back then, he fell for it back then. And this is going back, when was that? I think that happened in 2007. When was that? It's been a while. I'm not sure exactly what year that was. Okay, yeah, it was 2007. Looking like. So when they asked him that, he should have just been like, no comment. I wouldn't know anything about that. Hey, I'm just here to win games, man. Do the best. Say that same phrase that motherfuckers normally say. I'm just here to win games, man. You know what I'm saying? To help my team in the best way that I possibly can. Next question. And then, Esau, I'm telling you, man, we've seen it over and over again. He'll keep on pressing, because he wants you to answer. He wants you to be on spot. He's never running down and grilling his own people about those same questions. And you're not going to see Esau in the news like that. Okay, so it's Pride Month. You're what, 5 days in? And you best believe throughout the rest of this month, you're not about to see nothing but Jake, mainly so-called black men, out here, the poster child for this fucking lifestyle. Because why do people need to know about this? Let's go back to this guy, Marlon Wayans, real quick. Let me see. What was that? Did I come out of it? Here he goes. Now he's in this bathtub with these balls. You know what I'm saying? With the rainbow umbrella, all that shit like that there. And pretty much overall, he understands who his audience is, man. These dudes are, them days of them being funny, them days of them having that career. You know what I'm saying? I think the older brother got that Papa's House show on right now, which is TV so saturated. People are not really watching shit like that no more. They had their run back in the days, and you can remember them doing, remember the movie White Chicks. Yeah, y'all was doing them White Chicks, super duper. And so we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Because they had him, I got to admit, too, he got cornered on the Breakfast Club with this bullshit. But overall, we know that those are Edomites own those particular publications, man. So they set even Jake up to ask those dumbass questions. Well, what about your daughter, becoming your son? And all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what he should have said to that was, hey, she's grown. She's making her own decisions. And that's that. He's going all off into the fact that he's got to re-educate himself. I got to relearn. And that's the shit that they push. It's almost like when, something about the ooh-ish people being said, and you got to now all of a sudden, go to the damn Holocaust Museum and learn all about, their history and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, they put you through that whole thing of, yeah, you need to be re-educated. Like, no, the fuck I don't. Here it is. You're not even educated on who your people are, but you got to go and learn about some other people. You don't even know who the fuck, you don't even know who the fuck you are. You're running around out here calling yourself a damn color out of a crayon box, but you got to go to a museum and learn about somebody else's fucking culture, man. Crazy, man. But that's the way that they treat Jake, man. And we at the end of this thing. See, the wicked is starting to be exposed. Esau is that wicked, man. And he uses you Israelites to promote their wickedness. In the meanwhile, he's in the backdrop accusing you. He sets the trap, you fall for it. Then he says, see, look at those Israelites, Lord. They're wicked. But he's setting up everything for Jake to be wicked, man. Anyway, you see him at this light. It's pretty much about it, though. I'm pretty much about at my destination. Didn't want to go too far into it. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on the fact of that craftiness, that sneakiness, that cunning hunter. That's an attribute of Esau Edom. And we have to really point this man out, man. That's a part of our job on that 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that man of sin, the son of perdition, is Esau, the so-called white man. He became a race of people, and everything that you see out here that's being pushed in this earth, it comes from them. Because that Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Now, if you give this another generation, 2 more generations, 3 more generations, come on. Because this generation already with it. So just think about this generation. So first off, I mean, you know, of course, the population is going to drop, which it is dropping anyway, you know, but they're actually making it where this shit is just whatever now. You know, people are, you know, you see people in the comment boards, though, they're still complaining in these comment boards, but it's nothing they can do. It's oversaturated with this. And if you say anything, you can lose your job. You can, you know what I'm saying? You have, you know, then they try and make it seem as if you have to be around these people. You have to group up with these people. And one thing that was that I done a lesson on the brother yesterday, Dez Bryant from the Cowboys, and he said something that was profound. He was like, hey, well, if you force LGBTQ people into a setting where they have to acknowledge heterosexual people, they're not going to be with it. Like how you forcing everybody else to be, you know, amongst them and be rooting for their cause. They're not going to root for your cause like that. Oh, well, it's different because we're the ones that's being discriminated against. Nah, man, hey, go ahead and live that shit. You doing it, do it. But you trying to shove it on the kids, these babies, man, look, all that. And I was saying yesterday as well, see, Trump, matter of fact, this guy right here, what's the, H.I.M. I was just in that story, too. Let me see if I can find it again. If you're familiar with this, you know, his military guy. I'm trying to think, was I in this phone? I might have not even clicked into the story. But this guy, H.I.M, basically, they're supposed to be, he wants to change. I don't know how they even done that anyway. Let me see. I might be able to go in here while I'm at this light. He wants to change. I guess they named one of those battleships after one of these these rainbow people, and he wants to change the name. But you're thinking Trump was going so damn hard. I was saying it yesterday in that other lesson. Like, he's going so hard. Why don't he just get rid of Pride Month altogether? Why don't he just, you know, he came in with all those executive orders. There's only 2 genders, male and female. Okay, well, you got a whole month of parades going on right now. Why didn't you do anything about that? Why didn't you say I'm gonna get rid of federal funding for any cities that, you know what I'm saying, that participate in these types of parades and all this other stuff? He's talking about defunding California or some shit like that for this some trans guy out there. He smoked them girls and won a couple of big competitions and shit, because them guys in those competitions smoking those chicks, man. They're not beating those men. So he's against all that stuff, but why isn't he going hardcore about, well, no, there is no fucking pride. I'm signing an executive order that will no longer be on the calendar. He's not doing any of that, because he fronted like he was just this righteous guy, and we're gonna make America great again. Nah, man, he's not dealing with none of that, man. Trump don't really care about none of that shit. He fronted, but because he understood that was on the minds of the people, a lot of those voters that voted for him. So he kind of, really fooled the shit out of them into thinking, because he did do the male and female gender hookup. But other than that, I mean, nothing has changed. Like, what else has changed? Nothing has changed out of that ordeal. You're supposed to be trying to make America great again. You know what I'm saying? You bringing your population back, because it's really them in the backdrop that's living this lifestyle. But again, you, Jake, they always using you so-called blacks, especially the man. And Jake just don't get it, man. Here you go to Dwayne Wade. You'll see stories of him and his fat face ass damn son. You know what I'm saying, with that bullshit. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. They're not running that on us. We understand what's going on. He's the accuser of the brethren, and they're going to keep on doing Jake like that until it's time to get out of here, man. Real talk. So we just have to hang on. Because it's nasty, man. It's real nasty work out here. And you got a lot of them, they pissed right now, though, because, it is, they have that separation of division out here. Basically, they still have their fight going on because of what Trump done with, the male and female gender thing. So it's like they're still out here with that fight. We have to fight for our rights, But anyway, man, I wanted to get this other article. You see here, because I'm at this location that I need to be at. I'm at the plantation, just doing a little ride and drive. This guy, bear with me here. I think his name is Head Seth. Yeah, I think this is it right here. Didn't have to even go into it too far. Yeah, he wants to change the name on this particular ship. Never even heard of whoever the hell this is. Harvey, what's his name? Is it Harvey Milk? So I'm assuming he has something to do with the LGBT. Because, matter of fact, now, I will say that they were, as far as the military, they pretty much was getting rid of all the transgenders pretty much, in the military. So, they're making little strides, but it's like, okay, but why aren't you just going all the way full-fledged hard and just, just getting to the core of the whole thing? Because they're hypocrites, man. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. But, my thing is, I seen that and just thought Esau is really that cunning hunter, man. How he corners Jake with those stupid-ass questions, and then Jake don't know how to answer, because you have to use wisdom out here. The scripture says to be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove, man. Because we are sent among wolves. Esau's a goddamn wolf, man. This guy's the snake, man. He'll get down on you. And like I said again, I've noticed, maybe I'm tripping, but I've noticed that he only pulls those kinds of questions with Jake, man. He corners Jake. And Jake kind of be like, he's like a damn deer in the headlights. He don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, no comment, man. Keep it moving. And trust me, they're going to keep on asking you that shit, but I'll tell your asses no comment every single time. But anyway, with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah in a Bible ball.